Welcome back to Best Trip, Worst Trip. I'm here with my buddy. We are in a very special place. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Matt. We are currently in my van.
Boom. So we are in his second home. Sometimes you have a lake house. Sometimes you have a house on wheels.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I mean, one of those is better than the other.
Hashtag goals.
Okay.
Hashtag goals.
Okay.
So, I am super glad to be in this van, but also to be the recipient of a free beer. Do you want to tell the people what we're sipping on?
Yeah, we're sipping on the Moab Especial. I just got back from a trip did a little Utah, Arizona trip. Spent some time in Moab, which is just a beautiful, cool, outdoorsy town. There's national parks nearby. There's mountains nearby. It's just like, it's got it all. So, stop by the Moab Brewery next time you're in town, and they got some pretty tasty beers.
Yeah, Especial. Rate and review it. It's really good. It says, all good days. Boom. Check it out. Anything else you want to tell us about the van before we get started?
I mean, it's a beautiful Mercedes Sprinter van, 2014. We're at 220K nowadays.
Let's go.
I bought it at 200, so I got 20K in the last year or
Let's
so,
go.
and it is crushing it. You know, it's been a labor of love, many hundreds of hours, many thousands of dollars. But I'm just like so excited that it works. Like I couldn't, like the first time I turned on these lights,
Boom.
I was like, wait, what? Like the lights work? Like that was pretty mind blowing. The fact that I was able to put some solar panels on the roof, put some batteries down below, and then be able to turn on some lights and run them from solar panels is pretty amazing.
Well, and it's cozy in here. I mean, he's all of like 6'3" or whatever, right? And he's just like, in here, no big deal. I'm like about 6 foot, and we're just two fun guys just hanging out in here. So it's like kind of wild to like think about all the space that's actually in one of these deals, because you hear about it, you see them online, you see all these like whatever people doing pictures out of their van.
Yeah.
But being in it and living through it it's a pretty cool.
And I had one of my prerequisites to doing this van thing was a queen size bed. And believe it or not, this is a queen size bed.
Boom.
So
hold it. Right now we're gonna get into Matt's trip, but before we do, we want to make sure we give Matt an opportunity to express a little bit of who he is, give you as an audience and me as his friend a little bit of time to show him off and to kind of interrogate who we have in front of us today. So let's go in. We're going to start by playing a little One's Gotta Go. Which One Gotta Go is the easiest way to get to know somebody. It's like a would you rather on steroids. So give them 3 or 4 options. You have to choose which one has got to go and why. Which one and why. Starting off with fast food. If you're in a camper van, you'll probably be eating out some, right? So maybe
a little bit.
Are you?
Sure.
I mean, the stove is still yet to be.
The stove is yet to be. We're working on it.
All right. So he's maybe taking this to a drive-through, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe
too tall.
He said too tall. I don't know. I wouldn't know the camper van. But nonetheless, fast food. Okay. Which one gotta go? Taco Bell, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, or McDonald's?
Ooh, okay. All right, so it's got to be McDonald's or Burger King because they're like redundant, right? We got like
you trying to, this is the mind of a genius. He's like, I'm still gonna get my burger somehow.
I'm still gonna get a burger somehow. I mean, we want to, so it's like chowboard versus fries, right? Because those Burger King fries, no one's got time for that.
That's true.
But then that chowboard burger is much better than
delicious.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with I will go with where my heart is. Burger over fries. So I'm gonna go keep Burger King. McDonald's, yeah.
McDonald's is gone.
Out.
Wow.
Out.
I would say Taco Bell.
Really?
TB is it's just like somebody put it to me a while ago, and she said that the meat that they have there, again, nothing against Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But the meat that all fast food has is maybe meats.
Sure.
So, the Impossible Burger was just a reveal. It wasn't necessarily like that fresh of an
I have heard that like the Taco Bell meat comes out of a hose, for the record. I mean, I don't know.
I don't even need to say it.
If anybody's worked at Taco Bell, you let us know, but I've heard it's a meat hose.
Meat hose. Enough said.
Okay.
I rest my case. So next question. Which one gotta go? Mosquitoes, roaches, gnats, or spiders? Which one? You gotta live in a world without one.
they're also. I mean, I think spiders. Spiders already. They can stay. I'm okay with spiders. They can stay.
I like this.
But the roaches versus mosquitoes.
What? I don't even see how this is a question, but go for it.
Okay.
Try
Well,
to
like
define.
roaches are just like. You feel on a roach in your house, and like that's like it's a big
ruins
deal.
your year.
Exactly. But mosquitoes, like they're numerous and they suck and they ruin like camping and outdoors. So I mean, I think it's got to be mosquitoes. Okay.
Again, nothing left to be said. There's one right answer to that question. If you have roaches, get an exterminator. But mosquitoes are going to be there.
No,
They're everywhere.
We're out.
They're everywhere. Boom.
See
You can
mosquitoes.
even get rid of different diseases if you get rid of mosquitoes.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
be
true.
real.
That's
It's like
true.
a whole side of this. One right answer.
I mean,
just one.
roaches are gross.
So the last question is all about film. I want to get this right, so I'm going to just make sure I read it verbatim, right? Which one got to go? 4 actors, right?
Okay.
Which filmography are you going to cut out of the world? Jim Carrey's filmography, Ben Stiller's, Steve Carell's, or Seth Rogen's?
Oh, I think this is pretty easy for me.
I mean, it depends on who you
I
are.
don't know. The cringy comedy that was like alive and well in like the late '90s, early
I know
2000s.
what you're
Like,
gonna say. It's not your thing.
no, not my thing. It's
The
just like
rom-com
I
cringe
could,
is not your
yes.
go-to?
I could I think Ben Stiller, because like I could see like when he played those parts and I could see it in him, and I'd like suddenly start to feel that myself. Like those
Okay.
like Meet the Parent movies.
Yes.
I was just like like I like it was too much.
Got it.
I just overloaded on my awkwardness, and I just like wanted to like peace out. So
That's real. I
you know,
think I
sorry
would
Ben
agree.
Stiller.
I think I would agree. It's hard because Ben Stiller also. So when you say Ben Stiller, that also
Yeah.
cuts like dodgeball.
Dodgeball. Yeah, that was his redeeming quality.
So this is the reason
That
why
was his
I would
redeeming
have
quality.
to say. I don't know. I would have to probably go with Seth or Steve.
I think Seth Rogen. Steve Carell though.
Steve Carell's great, but like, I mean, I can't get rid of dodgeball. That just can't happen.
But like,
There's
Steve
no
Carell-
way. That's dodgeball. That's Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Because he's in that even
Okay,
just
but
for a
if we're talking
second.
about like Steve Carell, is that like also cutting his like, we're cutting The Office?
It's his filmography. So
Okay,
I don't know if that's his
filmography.
whole catalog.
Okay,
I think we might be able to
okay.
still have some Michael Scott in our lives.
Okay.
But like Dan in real life, no.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whatever the Arc movie he made.
Like
no.
40-year-old virgin.
See, but that's the
Not
hard
bad
thing is
movie.
that like how do you get that right? 40-year-old virgin, but then Seth Rogen's in that movie.
Is he? Oh yeah, that's right. He
That's
is.
what I'm thinking. Is like where's the overlaps? So with the overlaps, like or Jim Carrey and Steve Carell are both in Bruce Almighty.
Well, I think we can all agree that Jim Carrey's okay.
Jim Carrey's okay.
He keeps
He's
it.
Fire Marshal Bill. He is more than okay.
Okay.
He is the standard.
He's the one who's we're not cutting. No one's cutting Jim
No,
Carrey.
there's one
That's
right
the-
answer. It's never Jim
It's
Carrey.
never Jim
All right,
Carrey.
cool. I'm with you.
Okay. Everybody else we could like debate about.
Right. It's kind of like moving around.
Pet Ventura or Ace Ventura,
yes,
Pet Detective.
Pet Detective.
Always will be here.
The Mask.
Yeah.
We're in the van right now, but what does life look like for you, like day to day?
I mean, right now it's a lot of sitting on Zoom.
Zoom is the word of the year. Still.
Man, still here 1 year later. So right now, it's I've been trying to manage the building out of this van, which is, like I said, hundreds of hours, with teaching and being on Zoom and so like there's overall this pandemic has been, I'd say, a big L for most people, but there's been some lowercase W's.
For sure.
And being able to have some flexibility and being able to build this out while still doing my job has been one of those W's. So
Yeah, it's like little blessings behind the storm. You know what I mean?
yeah, right,
sure.
right. Yeah.
For sure. And then, is there anybody who you want to just kind of give a quick shout out to as
Yeah.
we start this off?
I mean, even thinking about this is hard for all of us, and I just want to shout out my students. What a great group of kids, and just like the fact that I can have an ability to have this job that gives me this flexibility, but also have some kids that I get to work. I have a love of math, which is, I know, bizarre to most, but it's so fun for me to sit in front of a group of kids and be able to share that love and get their energy and see their energy in return. So
For sure.
they're pretty special. So
Dude,
shout them out.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I feel that. I mean, as a teacher, it's hard to think about everything I'm going, to navigate to bring something to 30 stories at a time.
Yeah.
But right now it's even more complex because I'm bringing it
Yeah.
to whoever shows, plus trying to package it for people as they, access the material while working. A lot of students now, which is like a bright spot for them, but a real moment to consider how we're navigating this thing. This van has seen some miles. You've seen more miles than the van.
I've seen more miles.
Yeah, set the stage for us about your trip.
All right, so trip is picture senior year of college. Think about how much money you have in your bank account, which is pretty small.
Low numbers.
Low numbers.
No numbers for some of us. No bank accounts for other people.
That's true.
Let's be real.
Senior year of college, and me and some friends find out that this speaker, this faith leader that we were very into, is doing this conference in California. So we decided we're going to go to California.
Boom. We're going to call this one California Pilgrimage.
California Pilgrimages. So we have about enough money to buy a plane ticket.
Oh, whoa.
And that's about it.
Okay.
And so we decided we're going to go to California. And we're just going to see what happens. We had booked 0 hotel rooms. We had 0 places to stay. We had 0 means of transportation. We had $0 to buy food with.
Yo. So you're like Golden Corral or bust. Like,
Here
maybe.
we go. Here we go.
Yo, tell us more. So your expectations, just to make sure we hear you headed to California from Michigan, right? And you're hoping to, get a blessing out of this because you're going to see a faith leader because you didn't come fully prepared.
And we felt like part of this faith leader's journey was this idea of just letting things kind of fall where they do and trusting, God, universe, whatever, to take care of you. And so we went in with that aspect of we're just going to trust that things are going to work out in our favor.
So a very on-brand trip.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm catching what you're dropping.
So we go to California. So the conference starts on Wednesday. We fly out on Friday.
Okay.
One of our friends who is from Nebraska gets word of this said trip and gets maybe a little concerned for us. Maybe not the only one who is concerned for us.
Okay.
So she has family out in California.
Word.
So her family decides to take on the burden of caring for us because we have no money for food, no money for hotels, no money for transportation.
Okay.
So we get to the air. We land in Sacramento.
Okay, I was just gonna ask which part of California. That really matters.
Sacramento, right?
Yeah.
So then her cousin comes to pick us up and actually takes us to a hotel room that they paid for on our behalf, which far too kind to a bunch of silly college kids.
Shout out to that cousin.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so she ended up actually joining us as well. She decided, you know what? You guys are going to California with no dollars or no cents, so I'm going to join you as well because that sounds like a good time.
Wow. So just picking up people along the way.
We're just picking up people along the way. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Word.
So this cousin basically takes us on for the week and just is super kind and super just the most generous people I feel to this day I've met. The fact that you're going to take 3 strangers plus your cousin and house them, give them transportation, give them food for a week is absolutely incredible.
Wow. I assume this was a weekend. This is a full week.
Full week.
Wow.
Well, yeah. So then we're there hanging out in the California area. It's my first or second trip maybe my first trip to California. I didn't realize. It's magical. I get it.
Going, back to
Cali.
You're ready.
Yeah.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. So we're there, and we're a little bit of an adventurous sort. And so her cousin, we're asking her cousin, okay, what's the things around California to do? And he's like, well, have you ever heard of Mount Whitney? And we're like, no, we haven't.
Who's Whitney?
Who's Whitney? Mount Whitney, tallest mountain in the contiguous United States. So tallest mountain outside of Alaska.
I love that word.
Yeah. Contiguous, right?
Contiguous. It's a very Jeopardy word.
Yeah. So, and he was like, all right, you can drive to Mount Whitney. It's about 6 hours from here. And you can there's a parking lot that's about 8,000 feet up. And so you only have to climb the last like 6,500,
Word.
which is still
Which
a
is
long
still
way.
6,500 feet is
It's
enough for
still-
some altitude sickness.
Yes, yes. So it's 12 miles one way, so 24 miles round trip, and he's like, you can do it in a day if you're committed. And we're like, we're
If you're
committed.
strong enough.
We're committed. We're strong enough.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But wait, we went to California. We have no winter gear.
Oh.
We have California stuff, right? So we
Yeah,
have like
yeah, yeah.
shorts and t-shirts.
What time of year is this?
This is late February, early March.
Yo.
I grew up in the Midwest. Like I
You're
don't
like, California's warm all the time. It's
exactly.
like Miami.
Exactly.
No.
So I grew up in the Midwest, right? Like
Oh, bro.
there's no such thing as a mountain in the West. So if it's 70 degrees on the ground, I assume it's 70 degrees
In the air
everywhere.
Yo. I
So,
like where this is going. This
we
is good.
jump in the rental car that they rented for us.
Wait. All right, we're going to keep a running tally. Hotel room. Period. Rental car. Period. Food. Period.
Yep.
This is like 6 college bros or something like that.
Yeah. So it's there was 4 of us. There
Oh,
was
wow.
3. Yeah. So it was like me, my buddy Andy, his girlfriend Mackenzie, and then the cousin Crystal, the cousin / friend Crystal, who was coming in from Nebraska. So
Just
4 of us.
all of you are. I'm going back.
We're out.
Just like
We're
we're there.
We're
In the mountains as well. Sorry, go ahead.
So
a
we
really good
drive
tap.
through the night in like a Ford Focus or something real small. We drive through the night to get there because it's a 6-hour drive. We get there, it's like, it's like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. And like at 8,000 feet, it's still like relatively dry. There's not a lot of snow. I've never climbed a mountain before. I have no idea what I've been for.
This is the second mountain I've seen.
Yeah, exactly. So I have tennis shoes on, and I'm like, well, it's gonna there's gonna be some snow up there. So our genius idea, we got some like plastic bags,
Bruh.
tied them around our socks, then put our plastic bag feet into sneakers.
Yo.
So we did because we wouldn't want to we wouldn't want to get wet. We wouldn't
Maybe
want our
some
feet to get
blisters,
Yeah.
some chilblains.
But that's okay.
like,
That's okay.
Bro. Oh man.
So we start. So the girls. There's the cousin is a dude.
Yeah.
It's me, my buddy Andy. So the 3 guys are like, we're going to go for it. The 2 girls are like, you guys are idiots. We're gonna go hang out in this like little town at the bottom of the mountain, and we'll see it. We'll come pick you up at later. And we're like, great.
And who is smarter? The whip.
Oh yeah.
Of course, all the time.
Okay. It gets better. It gets better. So we start hiking up this mountain. 12 miles one way.
12 miles one way.
One way.
Ah.
So we're like, we can totally do this. We're just gonna like haul ass. And so it's just like switch back, and then the snow. First it's no, then it's like an inch, and then it's like 6 inches, and then it's like a foot,
Oh my god.
and then it's like 3 feet.
And y'all are wearing shorts and stuff?
So we borrowed some winter gear from the cousin.
Oh wow. We're gonna add that,
Add that
right
to the
here.
column.
Because that
Add that
costs
to
money.
the column. Borrowed winter clothes from the cousin.
Winter clothes.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we are hiking up, and now the snow is deep. And it's like kind of like that springtime thaw. So the top layer of snow is like a little, like you can kind of walk on the top layer, but you walk like 3 steps, and then your 3rd step just drops.
Yep.
And you're like up to your waist, or your knee, your thigh, your waist in snow.
I know what you mean.
And then you pull yourself out, start going again, boom, happens again.
No snowshoes.
No snowshoes. We get 3 or 4 hours into the hike. We're like, let's stop for lunch. Open the backpacks. We left all the food in the car.
Yo. That's
We got
wild.
water.
Food they didn't buy.
Food we didn't buy.
That's what happens when you don't buy your own food. You're like, it just falls, They were waiting on that.
We had water. We had no food.
That's great, though.
We had water.
That's probably why you're here today.
And we were like, we're good. Let's keep going.
College, man.
Yep.
College.
So we get a little bit further up, and then now the snow is finally firm enough to walk on. So that's a win. But now it's like when the altitude sickness starts to set in, because
Bam.
again, I've never been on a mountain before.
Who's Whitney? She makes you sick. That's what she is.
Never been on a mountain before. What the hell is altitude sickness? I don't know.
Dude.
Never done it before. So now I'm like starting to get a headache.
Bruh.
And so we keep going. We get above the tree lines. Tree line's like 12,000. So we're getting close to the top.
When you cross, just a quick fun fact, when
Yeah.
you cross 10,000 feet, a portion of the population of the world has a reaction called altitude sickness. These jokers are up at 12. So we'll see where this goes.
So we're up at 12,000 feet. You can like see the top, or what we assume the top, but it could be like a false summit or whatever. So we see the top, or what we think is the top. So we're almost there, but now like the path is completely buried in snow, and now there's no trees anymore to mark the path. So now we're like getting towards the top. The path gets a little wonky, and then it just starts snowing. Like just like straight up,
Oh my God.
like blizzard conditions.
Wild.
And we are like near the top of this mountain, and it was like one of those moments where it's like, okay, we are. In case it wasn't clear already that we were out of sorts.
Yep.
The blizzard was the really. Finally, it clicked in our
You were like,
brains.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
Finally, it clicked in our brains like, hey, not so smart. So that was the moment we turned around. To this day, Mount Whitney is like a nemesis. It's like
You haven't summited.
I have not summited Mount Whitney yet, but like one day,
Even with the food,
even with all
the
the
clothes.
provisions,
this is like the opposite of an unsupported tour. This is like a fully supported tour. No summit. Sorry.
no
Go
summit,
ahead.
no summit. So we tailed between our legs, went all the way down to the bottom,
Dang.
got to the bottom. No experience in the mountains. Get out the cell phone to call the girls to come pick us up.
Nada.
No cell phone signal.
Oh my God.
So we are now walking. We get to the bottom. The sun is set.
Super dark.
It's dark. We're wet because of the snow and just like sweating from hiking all day.
Yeah.
Because we still ended up probably hiking like 15, 16 miles. Like
Yeah.
we got some distance.
Wild.
And now we were just like walking down the road back to this town because we don't know where the girls are to come pick us up. And they figured out that we probably were done, so they eventually came and picked us up, and we immediately went to like a Waffle House to like
wow.
eat some food. And
Dude,
I immediately, of course, like the next 3 days I like was just sick.
just insane.
It just
I'm sure.
sick.
Well, you can describe a little bit.
I
What does altitude
mean-
sickness look like for you?
I mean, yeah, it was just like, headache, shivers, just like plain old sickness.
Yep.
And so the conference, so we were here for this conference,
Oh, totally
Don't forget
forgot
about that.
the conference.
Coming back.
The Jesus.
Jesus conference. So I think we did this on Monday or Tuesday. The conference starts on Wednesday. We go to the conference, completely out of sorts. I think this cousin at this point in time is kind of like, yo, I'm done with y'all.
Y'all cost too much.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
You're ruining my conference. I'm done.
So we went to the
You're dead
conference.
to
So
me.
he left. He dropped us off at the conference and left. So we rolled into this church and we're like, hey, we're from Michigan. Can we sleep in your church? Because we got... So we slept in like the youth room. This church has-
wait. They said yes? They were like, we still had, all right, so just picture this. A bunch of college kids from Michigan walk in, probably still have these like plastic bag socks on. And they're like, can we sleep in your church? And please give us food. And you said yes.
And they said yes.
That is a
That-
church that I need to meet.
Yep,
I
back
need to know
out in
about
Sacramento.
that.
I couldn't tell you the name of the church, but...
Bro, that sounds like a church plant. Sounds like a church plant to me. Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, so we ended up staying for the conference. The conference was great. The conference was wonderful. Somehow we got a ride back to the airport.
Okay.
But yeah, that was
Somehow,
the...
come on.
I mean, I don't
Somehow
remember.
you got a hotel,
I mean,
somehow you
it
got
just
some
kept
plastic
working.
bags,
It just kept working. It
He
just kept
said
working.
somehow we,
It just kept working. So that was the worst
yeah.
trip I had.
That's real. Well, can I ask you one question? What was the moment in your mind? Was it during? It couldn't have been pre because you were like, we're good. But
Yeah.
during or after? What was the moment when you realized that this was the best, worst trip for
I
you?
think when we got down from that mountain and we still had to like walk down that road. And I was like,
picturing this. This is like,
I just hiked 16 miles. Like my feet, I am cold, I am wet, I feel gross, and
moments.
the road, like there's nobody here. And there was never a moment, this is like the, of college. Like I don't know what the right word is, but like the idea of like the chutzpah of college, where you're just kind of like, I'm fine. Like I can do anything I want to do. Like we were in so much danger.
Yep.
Like
you have no
so
concept.
much danger at every step along the way.
Yeah.
And now we were sitting here cold, wet. And I feel like that was finally the moment where I was like, that was really stupid. And I think that was the moment where I was like, this is the best, but also the worst trip I've ever had.
That's real, man. That's real. Well, after having lived something that seemingly has made you more wise enough to have a place to get warm, right? When you take these worst trips. Sure. You have any quotes that you live by, or anything that you want to offer to the people, or any ideas even from your experience?
I mean, I think there's like something about, it's going back to Jim Carrey, something about saying yes. You've seen the movie Yes Man.
Dude.
Something about saying yes and just agreeing to stuff, and there is something about the universe that I do think like it is tilted in our favor. And if you say yes to stuff, there's like some cool experiences that you get to have. And I would say overall that a theory of like just saying yes to stuff and going after stuff has been something that's been really mostly fun.
Memorable
way to live. So I think that's been something that I've been trying to execute in my life.
That's legit. Well, we're sitting in one of his yeses right here, right?
Yes,
even during a pandemic, say yes and try to find a way to say yes to a mask while you say yes to other things. But just put yourself out there. There's nothing wrong with that, because when you put yourself out there, something else might put something out there for you. So it's been good hearing about this trip. I need to meet Whitney. I'm down to go hang out there.
Let's do it.
That sounds good, man.
She's beautiful, but she's a little feisty.
She'll get you sick.
She's feisty.
She'll get you.
Down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like